Thomas Steiner. You can see my contact details on the slide. And today I want to talk about how you can pirate the semantic web using JavaScript. Very quick introduction of my person. I work as a research scientist at Google Hamburg. I've been at Google before in a different role. Maybe some of you have seen me at the Google Developer Days. I've toured all around Europe in 2008. And the Google Developer Days will come back this year in Munich. So if you're interested in joining the Google Developer Days, speak to me after the talk. I got invitation codes. So yeah, the chance is high that you get in with them. Yeah, what do I do at Google? Well, I'm a research scientist working on a PhD around the semantic web, multimedia semantics. So currently I've submitted a paper for the ISWC conference in Shanghai, where I present a JavaScript application that is able of finding objects and entities in YouTube videos. And yeah, I'm going to present this in Shanghai. So myself, I won't be at the Google Developer Day in Munich because I will be in Shanghai then. But you will meet Malte there, so yet another reason to attend. Yeah, and well, all I'm showing here today is bleeding edge research. So this is really something new. And about this talk, it's a sponsored talk, but no fear, this won't be marketing blah blah. But please do use Google Chrome. So that's about the only marketing message I'm sending out today. And yeah, this talk is scheduled in the unthankful siesta slot, as I call it. So please don't fall asleep. Please stay awake. We have new stuff that you will learn today, hopefully. I got a couple of really great comics in this talk. And best of all, I got this surprise prize back. So staying awake is really a good motivation because you will have this great surprise bag with a little bit of luck. So let's get started. Pirating the web, so not the semantic web, pirating the web. Things you can pirate on the web. I give you a little bit of time to read the comics because, yeah, it's actually one of my favorites. Things you can pirate on the web, audiobooks. Hands if you have read the comic. All right, let's wait a little bit more. All right, so if you want to have a collection, pirate them. Or I think that's the real important phrase down there, demand DRM-free stuff. So if you pirate MP3s, you're actually downloading communism. So a lot of people have seen this. It's really old comics, but still I really like them. Another thing that you can pirate on the web, movies. Yeah, and one of the things I really love about XKCD is you see the comic, but what some people don't know, if you mouse over, you can also see a message, and yeah, like this one is particularly funny. Can I flip to the next slide? All right. Things you can pirate on the web, images, but ooh, this is really illegal. You can see this is from Getty Images. I went there yesterday. It's Lukas Podolski, Prince Polly, as we call him in Germany. Great football player, or soccer player, as the Americans say. I think you can't see it on the slides, but maybe you can see it. There's a watermark in the image. So this is really highly illegal what I did here. I've pirated this image. So now we come into the interesting part. How can the semantic web help? Not pirate things, but making sure that you don't pirate things so easily. So I want to start with a bit of an introduction. What is the semantic web? So I assume most of you have a very vague level of knowledge, so I'm really going into the details, but not too deep, just deep enough that you can follow the talk. So first of all, what is the web? Well, the web is, as you know it, it's documents, it's links, it's, JavaScript and those kind of things. The semantic web, however, is a set of techniques that you can apply to the web as we know it today. And basically, you need the cable? There you go. Yeah, that's a problem. Using the semantic web, we can enable giving meaning to things. I will show you how this looks like in a second. Here in this slide, you can see two phrases. One is, I love the internet, and the second one is, I heart the internet. So the meaning of this phrase is exactly the same. The thing is, the syntax has changed, but the semantics still are the same. So in the semantic web, it's all about giving meaning to things. HTML5 defines a computer-readable syntax. So yeah, it's image of a bunny with a pancake on its head, and you can see image blah blah .jpeg, but there's no meaning. It's just an image. You don't know what is on the image or in the image. So yeah, it's meaningless, more or less. And now on the semantic web, you can apply a meaning to it. So you can say, this is an image, and on that image, you got a funny bunny with a pancake on his head. And if you're browsing whatever search engine that you prefer, search for oolong if you love this bunny. You will find a couple of really interesting photos. Approved for all audiences, so no worries. Yeah, so giving meaning to things, saying, well, this is an image, but on this image I have a bunny with a pancake on his head. In the semantic web, it's all about triples. Triples are basically subject, predicate, object. So JavaScript has good parts. Who of you agrees with that? Okay, that's a good question to ask at this conference. JavaScript has bad parts. Is Douglas Crockford in here? Because people will not necessarily agree on the bad parts, but whatever. So this is just an example triple. JavaScript has good parts. So now let's go a little bit into real-world usage. You can see the object in this case is yet another XKCD comic. I give you a bit of time to read the comic before I continue. It's probably pretty small, but it was released, I think, on on Friday night. I finished these slides on Friday night, 4 a.m., so yeah, this was just the latest XKCD back then. So yeah, you can see, well, this is an image. You can see the predicate is, well, it has a license. And then you can see the object, which is, in this case, the Creative Commons 2.5, what's the exact name? I'm not really sure. So share, remix, attribution, and non-commercial license. So basically, this license says, well, if you got this image, you can share it, which I'm doing today. You can remix it, which I would do if I added a pixel somewhere here. If you attribute it, this is what I did here. So I said, well, it's not mine. I have not created it. This is the URL where you can get it. And yeah, you may not use it commercially. So I'm not paid for being here. So I guess this qualifies as non-commercial reuse of this image. So I said real world, so let's have a look at the HTML code that generated this image. This is really coming from the site, so don't get scared by the text. This is basically the mouse over text for this image. And you can see, well, it's an image tag, it has a source tag, it has a title, it has an alt attribute, and then you can see we got a link down there that says, well, it's a link to a license with the relation of license. So this is already good. The problem is, well, this license, does it apply to the site where the image is contained? So basically, does it apply to, let's go back here, does it apply to xkcd.com/blah blah, so 797, or does it apply to just the image itself? We don't know. So let's see how using semantic web technologies, and in this case I'm only talking about RDFA, you can do this. So you've probably seen it. I've added a little bit. Let's highlight it. So now with this about attribute, you can see, well, we get images xkcd com blah blah about, and then you can see, well, this is a license that applies to exactly this image. So you can see this is not really magic. This is just yet another attribute that gets added to the HTML code. And yeah, this is basically all what RDFA is about. So RDF, who of you has heard of RDF? Okay, so RDF is Resource Description Framework. A lot of people get turned away by XML, which is one serialization, but for the web, people mostly tend to use RDFA, which is, yeah, putting the triple information into attributes. That's the A for, that's what the A stands for, RDFA. And you can see, well, in this case, it was as easy as just adding one about attribute to this tag. And here you go. Now we have exactly defined, well, this is the license for the image, not the page, but for the image, which in this case could be added to the site. But yeah, a lot of people currently, if they use license information, have this kind of license, which is already great. So basically, they say, well, you may use the site, and by the site, most people think of, well, the site and its components, which means the images inside of the site. But it starts getting messy, so this kind of technology, as soon as you have a compilation of images from JSConf, for example. Imagine I wanted to generate a page of all the images that I found on Flickr from people that have taken photographs at JSConf. Probably you have decided to use CC, whatever license. You have decided to keep all your images your own, so copyright by you, and some person in the last row might have decided, well, they put their images under GPL or whatever crazy license. As soon as I start putting these images together on one page, it starts really getting messy. So RDFA, so using a technology like this, is a great way of making it easy that you give the right license to the right images. If you're into like doing things what I said right now, like compiling images and putting them together on one side, Mark Burbeck, his website is webackplane.com, has introduced some nice techniques how you can do such things. For example, compiling 5 images that have the same license and not using this about tag on all of them, but just on a container around these images. So search whatever search engine you want to search on. Mark Burbeck, RDFA image license, and it's a first link on at least our search engine. All right, so another thing about RDF is triples and, well, triple visualization. So this is what you will probably see if you read a bit about RDF. A great document that you can read is from W3C, hard word. If you search for RDF primer, you will find a lot of images like this. So you can see, well, this is the image again, and then you can see it has a CC : license, and then you can see Creative Commons blah blah, the URI to the license. So in the semantic web, it's all about URIs. Because a URI is unique, so it has a unique identifier on the world. Well, we as human beings can interpret what is behind the URI. So it is recommended to add information, add URIs that human beings can read, can understand. So in this case, if I go to this URI, I can read the license and I can interpret and make sense of it and, well, see that this license is about, well, I may share, I may use it, blah, blah, but I may not use it commercially and this kind of things. So yeah, URIs and putting information that makes sense for human beings behind these URIs. Yeah, so this about this. And now, well, finally we are there, finally we are at JavaScript. Wouldn't it be great if you could access these triples right from within JavaScript? So having things like document.get elements by property, and say, give me all the elements that are CC licensed, and then filter maybe on all the CC licensed elements that are under GPL, for example. You can see the second example here. How about, well, getting all the triples that are about a certain subject, about this image? Wouldn't this be great? And, well, the RDFA API working group at the W3C is currently working on a draft for such a future standard. So probably, or maybe, or hopefully, however you want to put it, if we talk about this again in, I don't know, say 2012, 2015, 2011, I don't know. Maybe then this will be real already, so that you can use document dot whatever, get elements, blah, blah. Yeah, so this is currently in draft status. So it's still really early in the development phase, but yeah, you can already make fun stuff with it. Like, for example, write a Chrome extension that would add lasers to all the Creative Commons licensed elements. And yeah, this is exactly what I did. So let's go to the next slide and demo it with this great XKCD comic. This is really awesome, and I'll give you a little bit of time to read it. I hope you can read it in the last rows. My favorite, all-time favorite XKCD. The title of this image is I'm an Idiot. All right, so now let's jump to the demo of this Chrome extension. I open the page, and you can see, well, yeah, this is the page. Let's check the mouse over. So it says, sadly, this is a true story. At least I learned about the OSX say command. So this is a great fun command. If you're on SSH and you're SSHing into, I don't know, your girlfriend's computer, make it say something. Great effect. A lot of fun stuff that you can do with it. So yeah, let's scroll down a bit to the actual license. And you can see, whoa, we got lasers. And this is directly stolen from the JSConf site, but mine is fading out and fading in. So really awesome, I think. And you can see this work is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial 2.5 license. And you can see the license information is fading in and fading out with a laser effect. So this is a lot of fun. Of course, this is just a demo and just for fun. But you can see here, a small CC gets added, well, you can see the mouse cursor probably. A small CC gets added to the, how do we call this these days? Is it magic bar? Paul, how do we call the address bar in Chrome? The sorry? I don't get it. ARM? Harmony bar? It's hard to understand. Well, you understood him. I didn't. Well, our address bar. Maybe you can. What did you say? It's really hard to understand. Omni bar. Okay, right. So on the Omni bar, you can see it has added a little CC, which means that on this page, my Chrome extension has found license information. If you click it, you can see that at the moment it doesn't do anything at all. But you could imagine, well, you could put in there a list of all the images and something like a very easy copy and paste mechanism that would be license aware. So you could imagine having something like you copy the image plus the license information, which would enable things like, let's jump back to here. Like adding this small copyright caption that you can see on all my slides automatically. Now it's a pain because you have to create a small text area, copy and paste the license. So wouldn't it be great if this would be more or less an automatic process? I'm releasing my Chrome extension after the talk, so whoever wants to have a copy and paste license, license aware copy and paste, you're free to play with the extension and add a lot of awesomeness to it. Whoops, I'm going to quickly jump back to here. So this really works, and I've seen a fun site that you can test it on, which is classiccarshow.com. And it has just, well, this website is about classic cars. I have no interest at all in classic cars. I just happened to find this page. And if you open whatever image, you can see lasers. So it's here. The problem is these guys don't really do it exactly right. They don't apply what we've seen before in this example. They have the license information within the image, but they haven't done it correctly. So, whoops. If you happen to know the guys behind, what's the name? ClassicCarshow.com, please tell them to fix their RDF. But still, it's already great stuff. And this works on whatever random page you want to test it. And this is technology, so like adding licenses to images today that you can test on, for example, our search engine. If you search for JSConf images, you can see a lot of fun JSConf images. And then you can see, then you can go to advanced search and filter by license, label for commercial reuse with modification, hit search. And then you can see, well, this is the images that we may legally reuse for commercial purposes around JSConf. This is enabled by this technology because with this, details we have, so let's open the dojo, guys. Yeah, this is fun. So let's go to the actual website. So you can see somewhere here, yeah, some rights reserved. So if I open this, you can see, well, this is under a Creative Commons license. Even if on this page, yeah, this is just a static HTML page because it's the old license, so you don't see lasers. So hopefully if you go to the new version, no, well, this is just static HTML. So here we don't have license information, but if, let's go here. This is my private blog, nothing really interesting, but at the very end, you can see, well, lasers. And if I click on this link, you're brought to this page, and you can see, well, this is kind of what I'm aiming at. Here you can get automatically created, this is a div that you should add to any content coming from my website that has, yeah, the license information embedded. And you can see here, well, I'm on this website, but this website suddenly looks like dynamic because it uses the information that comes from the HTTP referrer, and because we know that, well, on my website I have placed this special markup that says, I'm the owner, please use this and this license for my content. All right, so let's jump back to the presentation. You can get this extension if you go to bit.ly/rdfa laser. Yeah, so you can download it. The source code comes with the extension. If you don't know how to extract the source code from a Chrome extension, search the search engine of your choice for extracting the source code of a Chrome extension, or ask me. So I've said I'm a PhD student, which means I read a lot of papers, and one of the papers I really recommend if you're interested in this kind of things with a relatively practical application case, go to bit.ly JSConf paper. Nice paper on, yeah, what's the title of the, well, let's quickly open it. yeah, policy-aware content reuse on the web. Going back here. And so this is the URLs again, RDFA laser. Have fun with the extension. And yeah, as I said, please, please, please do make a lot more out of it. And now we're at the fun part. This surprise bag can be yours if you know the answer to this question. How on a Mac can you change the volume? Ping me the first response, and we got the awesome, awesome, awesome Streamy client from Malte. Right, open here. And the first person that will reply me the right response will have this awesome surprise bag. So this is Streamy real time, so let's see who will get the first surprise bag. So I will leave this open in the background. And basically this is my talk, so I have no idea what you're talking about, so here's an image with a bunny with a waffle on his head. Any questions on this task, or any questions on RDF or whatever semantic web stuff? Yes, please. Why do we need? Yeah, so the question was, why do I need a specific DOM API? The thing is, in my library that has implemented this API, I'm actually using XPath for accessing the element. The thing is, there's a lot more behind, because what my API does, or what my API implementation does, is it can retrieve the elements, but it is not by default triple aware. So it doesn't really get this idea of having triples on the page. It kind of does by simply brute forcing, running over all the nodes and checking, well, where are triples? But by having this, so remember, this is something that we want, or well, that people in this community want to be native in web browsers. So this is something that can really be implemented by, say, Firefox, say Chrome, say WebKit, so that it would run a level deeper, so not on JavaScript level, but yeah, right within the browser, and be really, really fast. So don't think of it as being something like a DOM API. My implementation just implements the API, and it's not implemented to be fast. It's not implemented to be something, yeah, that the end user can use. It's more like a demo of what could be possible with this API. Let me show you very quickly. So this was one of the answers. Let's see if someone else on Streamy. I guess Thomas Domke is the winner. So I think you don't have to sudo though, but this is the right response. So huge applause for Thomas. With lasers. So sorry, you were a little bit too late. Yeah, there's some fun gadgets in there. Nothing really too fancy, but yeah. It's not a new Palm, it's not a new Android phone. Sorry for that. So yeah, I wanted to show you, here we go. I wanted to show you the source code of this Chrome extension. So who of you has ever built a Chrome extension? Couple of hands. So hopefully after today, and after having seen these slides, you will see that it's not magic, it's just JavaScript. This is just my JavaScript, so it's really bad JavaScript. So really, JavaScript freaks, gods like you will do a better job on this. But yeah, even someone like me can do it. So this is the concept of the background page, where you have the actual website, and then you add, with the Chrome extension, the concept of a background page to it, which is something like, yeah, a virtual page that runs in a background that holds the application logic for the Chrome extension. And you can see here, all that this extension does is, well, it waits for a request. And if a request happens, the callback function gets fired, and you can see, well, basically it's really, really low tech. If the request.show element contains icon, I will show the icon, and if not, I won't show the icon. So the thing is, well, where does the request come from? And then we have to jump into the content script. And if you know Grease Monkey, this is more or less the same thing. So you inject a script into the actual page. And you can see here, this is my API. So it's namespaced It's namespaced linkdata.api. So think of this as document dot. But for my really simple implementation, yeah, I've namespaced it linkdata API. And then, well, let's very quickly see what this does. It sets a namespace mapping. So basically, all it does here is it says CC should be the namespace of Creative Commons, blah, blah, the URI. And then you see well, in this case, it's the DOM operations, link data API, get elements by property, license, and then we store it in this variable. The next step is, well, some people use the namespace, others don't. So we have to run basically the same thing again, but this time with the namespace, and then we put the two together. So we concat the two arrays. And well, then if there are elements that are CC licensed, then we basically just fire a request to the background page. And all this does is it shows the small icon here. So this is the icon I'm talking about. Yeah, then you can add what I said before. Then you could add a lot of logic here. If you click here, it opens what we call the pop-up page of the Chrome extension. So background page is the concept of the application logic. Pop-up page is the concept of, well, what happens inside of this speech bubble, and content script is, well, the Grease Monkey script that gets injected into the page. So let's jump back to the source code. Sorry? Okay. Yeah, well, all that happens here is, well, I just add the magic lasers, and that's it, more or less. So it's just a couple of lines of JavaScript, and well, this is just the look and feel of it, the lasers. The actual Chrome extension is like, I don't know, 10, 15 lines of JavaScript code, maybe. Well, my library runs in the background, so it is, let's see, oops, this was at the beginning. So yeah, with the application, with the extension manifest, you have to include this library, and then you can make use of it. I think, yeah, I'm running over time. Thank you very much. Ping me if you have questions. I'm around here. And thank you very much for being here, for listening.